Are we living through the death of democracy? The Washington Post. In the 21st century, the global struggle for democracy has taken on new meaning. From the digital revolutions of the Arab Spring to the defiant protests in Hong Kong, and from the battle against authoritarianism in Ukraine to grassroots movements across Latin America and Africa, the fight for freedom and human rights is unfolding in real time. While democracy once seemed inevitable, it's now challenged by rising autocracies, misinformation, and surveillance. Here, the battle is against outright authoritarianism, a stark reminder of the fragility of our freedoms. The silencing of opposition leaders and the crackdown on dissent serve as a chilling warning of what can happen when democracy is allowed to wither. Yet despite the oppression, hope remains alive. The Ukrainian people have shown incredible resilience and courage in the face of adversity. We must also address the root causes of inequality, discrimination, and injustice that undermine the very foundations of democracy. Leaders who came to power promising democracy and progress have instead turned their backs on the people they once claimed to represent. Take, for example, the nation of Taiwan, often referred to as a beacon of democracy in Asia. In recent years, several countries have legalized same-sex marriage, paving the way for greater equality and acceptance for LGBTQ individuals. On one hand, it's given voice to those who were previously silenced. Social media platforms have become powerful tools for organizing and mobilizing people around shared causes. Every act of courage, no matter how small, contributes to the larger struggle. When we stand up against injustice, when we speak out against oppression, when we refuse to be silenced, we're all playing our part in advancing the cause of freedom. They've allowed us to connect with like-minded individuals from around the world and build solidarity across borders and cultures. First and foremost, we must commit to lifelong learning. Diversity of thought, background, and experience enriches our communities and makes us stronger. It allows us to challenge the status quo and come up with innovative solutions to complex problems. It's a commitment to justice, equality, and freedom. Your support motivates us to keep pushing forward and producing more thought-provoking content. Together, we can continue to explore the complexities of democracy in the 21st century and work towards creating a better future for all. Thanks for watching. It's a legacy that we must pass down to future generations. The question is, will you be a part of that legacy? Will you stand up for democracy today and every day? Because the future of democracy depends on it. Embracing diversity also means respecting the rights and dignity of all individuals, regardless of their race, religion, or sexual orientation. The world around us is changing at a dizzying pace, and we must be prepared to adapt. Empathy is the ability to understand and share the feelings of others. It's a powerful force for good, enabling us to build bridges of understanding and compassion. It will require all of us to stay engaged, to stay resilient, and to stay hopeful. The challenges we face are great, but so are the rewards. When we work together, when we stand united in our commitment to democracy, there's nothing we can't achieve. When we empathize with those who are different from us, we break down the barriers of prejudice and create a more inclusive and equitable society. This means staying informed about current events, developing critical thinking skills, and being open to new ideas and perspectives. Technology has also made it easier than ever before to spread information and ideas, breaking down the barriers of censorship and propaganda. While there's still a long way to go, these advancements are a step in the right direction. A sign that tolerance and understanding are winning out over prejudice and discrimination, despite being under constant threat of invasion by the authoritarian regime in Beijing. Taiwan has remained steadfast in its commitment to freedom and democracy. Sometimes it comes from the small but meaningful steps that we take every day. When we stand up for what we believe in, when we treat others with respect and dignity, when we refuse to be bystanders in the face of injustice, we're all contributing to the advancement of democracy. It's a vibrant civil society. Its independent judiciary and commitment to human rights make Taiwan a shining example for the rest of the world. They've cracked down on dissent, curtailed civil liberties, and concentrated power in their own hands. The result is a growing gap between the promises of democracy and the reality of life under autocratic rule. This means tackling issues like income inequality, racial discrimination, and gender-based violence. It means ensuring that everyone has access to quality education, healthcare, and economic opportunities. It means protecting the environment, not just for ourselves, but for future generations. Their determination to reclaim their democracy is an inspiration to us all. But amid the darkness, new heroes are rising. Brave journalists, tech-savvy activists, and everyday citizens refusing to be silenced. Authoritarian regimes have weaponized social media to spread propaganda and disinformation. They've used it to silence critics, incite violence, and erode public trust in institutions. The rise of online hate speech and echo chambers has further divided our societies. It's making it harder than ever to find common ground and work towards collective solutions. From the vibrant protests in Colombia to the battle against military coups in Mali, from the fight against corruption in Nigeria to the struggle for indigenous rights in Brazil, the struggle for democracy and human rights is being fought on every continent. These struggles may seem distant, but they're part of the same tapestry that connects us all. Each struggle is a thread in the rich fabric of our shared humanity. This is the story of democracy's next chapter, bold, uncertain, and still being written. The Arab Spring uprisings, though, met with brutal crackdowns, demonstrated the power of citizen journalism and social media in mobilizing people for change. The #MeToo movement has given voice to countless survivors of sexual abuse, breaking down the walls of silence and shame. The Black Lives Matter movement has sparked a global reckoning on race and inequality, forcing us to confront uncomfortable truths and work towards a more just future. Our story begins with a bang. On January 2020, protesters stormed government buildings, sending shockwaves around the world. Ordinary citizens tired of living under the shadow of an oppressive regime. They demanded change, not just for themselves, but for future generations. And their voices were amplified by social media, creating a chorus that was impossible to ignore. It was a pivotal moment, a turning point in the history of democracy. The world watched with bated breath as these brave individuals stood up against all odds, risking their safety and security to demand a better future. Their courage was contagious, inspiring others to join the fight for freedom and democracy. What started as a seemingly ordinary protest soon erupted into something extraordinary. The fight for democracy is not a one-off event. It's an ongoing process, a constant push and pull between those who want to keep power and those who want to be free. Today, we're witnessing another such battle, this time on the streets of Hong Kong. Here too, ordinary people are standing up against an oppressive regime. They've been joined by brave journalists like Bo Choi, whose groundbreaking reporting exposed the dark side of Hong Kong's national security law. Despite facing intimidation and threats, Bo and his fellow journalists have refused to back down. Their dedication to uncovering the truth and holding the powerful accountable is a shining example of the role the media should play in a democracy. People took to the streets armed not with weapons, but with mobile phones, social media, and a thirst for change. The movement would come to be known as the Digital Revolution, testament to the power of technology in the 21st century struggle for democracy. At the heart of this revolution were the people. But our story doesn't end there. Across the world in Ukraine, the fight for democracy is taking on a different form. But the fight for democracy is not limited to any one country or region. It's a global struggle. Yet despite the challenges, glimmers of hope continue to emerge. The fight for democracy in the 21st century is a complex and multifaceted struggle. It's no longer enough to simply hold elections. One of the biggest challenges we face today is the rise of autocracies. But even in the darkest of times, hope remains. Another bright spot is the progress that's been made in advancing LGBTQ rights. The rise of technology has both helped and hindered the cause of democracy. However, the same technologies that have empowered us have also been used to control and manipulate. Despite these challenges, the fight for democracy and human rights goes on. So what can we do to ensure that democracy not only survives, but thrives in the 21st century? We must also embrace diversity in all its forms. It's also crucial that we prioritize empathy in our daily lives. Finally, we must never underestimate the power of small actions. Change doesn't always come from grand gestures. The fight for democracy in the 21st century is a marathon, not a sprint. In the end, democracy is not just a system of government. It's a way of life. It's a way of treating each other. If you enjoyed this video, Don't forget to show your support.